I can never play just one game on my Nintendo Switch. I'm always juggling from game to game, swapping cartridges in and out, constantly losing focus, switching back and forth between games, always worried about damaging the physical media cartridges, damaging my Nintendo Switch with constantly swapping games in and out. Luckily, the folks over at Unitek have come up with a solution for this. This is their 8-in-1 Nintendo Switch game cards switcher that's compatible with a Nintendo Switch or a Switch OLED, and they were kind enough to send me one for the purpose of making this review video. This particular device will hold up to 8 cartridges inside of it, 4 of them for storage, and the other 4 cartridges you can actually run using this device on your Nintendo Switch. It's got a very easy snap-in compatibility to it, so it's never going to fall off your Nintendo Switch, and it's the simplest thing in the world to plug in, simplest thing in the world to use, and they sell this on Amazon for only $35, so it's a fairly good priced accessory if you're a diehard Nintendo Switch fan that's always constantly changing games, playing multiple games. And what's really cool about this too is it's got this nice little adapter piece right here. So when we take a look at this, this actually will plug into the game card slot on the Nintendo Switch, so that way any game of the 4 games we have plugged in, they will run on the Nintendo Switch without having to swap cartridges in and out. Now, I know there are plenty of first and third-party Nintendo Switch docking stations out there. This one is definitely compatible with an original Nintendo Switch docking station. As you can see right here, we're just going to take these little hooks, we're going to line this up on top of the unit, give it a nice firm push, and everything is going to latch on nice and snugly. We're going to take the included USB-C to USB-A cable they provided, plug the USB side into the Unitek device, and then take this USB side and plug it in here. That way the Switch card reader has power coming from the Nintendo Switch docking station. Now we're going to go ahead and grab our Nintendo Switch, get it mounted in its correct place on the docking station. We're going to go ahead and open the game cartridge slot and go ahead and push this in. And it pushes in just like any other Nintendo Switch cartridge. So this reader will send the game data signal to the Switch, and all your games will run. And they run really well. I didn't notice any issues using this device when playing these Nintendo Switch games. And whether you have your Nintendo Switch in the docking station or not, what's really cool is this thing blends in perfectly with an official Nintendo Switch docking station. As you can see, there's no eyesore, nothing weird about this. It actually looks like it came this way from certain angles and points of view. So it's definitely not going to make your Nintendo Switch or your gaming setup look any less attractive. Let's go ahead and get some games inserted. Let's go ahead and grab our brand new Zelda game. This is that Tears of the Kingdom game that just came out, that everyone's in love with. As you can see, it just pushes in, and it does that whole spring effect, just like the Nintendo Switch does, and holds the cards in place. Let's go ahead and grab some Super Mario Brothers All-Stars here. Let's go ahead and pop that bad boy in. Let's go ahead and pull out Luigi's Mansion 3. This is one of my favorite Nintendo Switch games. Let's go ahead and pop this in here as well. And last but certainly not least, for all the arcade lovers out there, we got Space Invaders here as well. So let's go ahead and put this Space Invaders in here. You'll notice we do have 4 additional slots. These are used for storage. If you want to just put some cards in here, totally up to you. But again, this thing, although it holds 8 cards, it only has the ability to play 4 of them. After connecting our power cable as well as our HDMI cable to the TV next to this device, you'll notice that we have a cool little LED indicator on this switching button on top of the unit. And every time you switch to a different slot on the device to play a different game, you'll notice that the LED color light does change. And you'll notice, for instance, I have the red light turned on, which means slot 1, and the Zelda cartridge is ready to be played. If I hit the button again, I'll switch to Super Mario Brothers slot. If I hit the button again, here we go, Luigi's Mansion. And if I hit it 4 times, slot number 4 on the Unitek device, I'm now ready to play Space Invaders. It's important to note that if you don't see the game in that very first tile, it's not going to launch. So for instance right here, I try to hit Space Invaders, it doesn't launch because slot 1 is selected on the Unitek device. So it's waiting for me to launch Zelda. As long as you see the game you want to play as the very first game on the list, you know it's going to launch. So you do have to get up off the couch or the chair, walk over to wherever your docking station is, and press the button in order to switch what cartridge you want to play. But then again, you don't actually have to physically take a cartridge in, take a cartridge out, grab another cartridge, vice versa. All that repetition does eventually wear out some cartridges, as well as depending on how much brute force you use and how you take care of your own toys. Me personally, I think this is a great solution for people who want to have multiple games easily accessible on the Nintendo Switch. I appreciate the good folks over at Unitek for sending me this product for the purpose of making a review video. I would actually recommend having a product like this. I will have an Amazon link to this specific product in the video description below. Again, it's only $35, and I'll have that in the video description below as well as pinned to the comments section after this video's over. Definitely want to know what you guys think. Do you think this is a cool little product? Is it not for you? Whatever your feedback is, I want to hear it. Give me your thoughts, feedback, reactions below. If you enjoyed this quick product review, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on the way out. And as always, my dudes, thank you for subscribing.